Welcome back to the broadcast. Okay, I'll admit it. It was pretty tough leaving my first child at Texas Tech a little bit more than a week ago, and there's a bit of anxiety there. And same goes for you parents who have taken your little ones to school for the first time today. So we've invited Baylor Doc Robert Kotus here to talk about getting over the anxiety, and not just for the parents, for the babies too. Is that right?
That's correct.
Little babies and big babies. Mine's a big baby. It's good to talk to you, and this could not be better timing for me, actually. I actually went to his bedroom for the first time today since we sent him off, and it was eerie. It was weird. A little bit of a lump in my throat, but I'm going to be okay. What are some tips that you have for, let's start with the kiddos, because I know it starts when they're really little, this anxiety.
It does. The start of school is exciting. There's a new school, new teacher, new students. It's just a new time. So it's a little bit of anxiety provoking no matter what age you are, whether you're a kid or an adult. And what's really important is that people get used to it eventually. Whatever you're starting that's new, you'll get used to it. Whether
Are you sure?
Well, most people get over it. Not all the time, but the vast majority will get over it. And they need their parents' help to do that.
That's right. So for the little ones, what are your suggestions as they're kind of doing this separation time and getting used to school and routine? What are your tips on helping them settle in?
Well, you can practice when they're little, going to grandparents' house and leaving your kids there with grandparents before school starts. Once school starts, though, you want to give your child undivided attention. You can love on them, you can hug them, you can give them lots of attention, but you cannot linger. The lingering is what ruins it.
Right. You can't say, I'm leaving now, and then you stand there for 5 more minutes.
Then it goes on for minutes and minutes or hours and
not good.
hours. And most kids will stop crying after seconds or minutes. I've got 3 kids. That's what my kids' teachers told me.
So leave them and walk off and let the teachers deal with it and let them be consoled by somebody else other than you.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet. Okay, what about for these older kids? I mean, I don't think my son is having withdrawals from me, unfortunately. but you know, if there are, I've had friends whose college kids will call a weekend and just be bawling, saying, I'm miserable, I want to come home.
Well, the older kids, it's tough when they go to college. That's something, again, that's new. I think being a good listener as a parent, being non-judgmental and listening to your child is the best thing you can do. Ask them, how often do you want me to come visit? You just stay in touch with them. You can Skype with them. You can email them. Just be a shoulder for them, because it is tough, and a lot of kids get depression and anxiety in a new setting, but it's good for them to stay connected.
Right.
Try to get them into groups if they're college-age kids, whether it's clubs or sports.
Right.
Make sure they're socially networked and not isolated in their dorm room.
Yes, and I know at Tech, actually, I thought this was interesting. They encourage the parents to touch your kid every 6 weeks. So they have, like, in 6 weeks from the time school starts, parent weekend. Then the next 6 weeks is Thanksgiving, and so on. And so I thought that was an interesting concept, that they're advising us to touch the kid every 6 weeks.
I think they need a hug.
Yeah, mama needs a hug too.
Right, I think it's good for both mom and child.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stay in touch, not just by technology, but they need touch. Humans need touch.
All right, what's your advice for parents? You know, I remember dropping them off at kindergarten and just feeling like I do right now at college. It's the same feeling.
For parents, you need to be aware of your own emotions.
Yeah.
You need to recognize that your child's going to pick up on your emotions. If you're scared or crying or nervous, that kid's going to wonder, wow, what am I getting into here? If mom's scared, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So be confident, be loving, give them attention, and then leave when you leave, and make it brief. So my best advice is to just be aware of your own feelings and talk to your child and just let them know this is how it's going to be Monday through Friday every day. Get them used to it. Get them used to the consistency. Drop them off the same time. Pick them up the same time every day, and follow through. If you say I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock, make sure you're there at 3 o'clock, or do it in terms they can understand. If it's a kindergartner, say I'll be there after snack, before nap, or whatever, something they can understand.
Be consistent so that they know that they can rely on you.
Yeah, then they realize, wow, mom really did come back when she said she would.
That's
and then they start feeling more confident where they are.
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate all this good advice.
Yes.
I needed someone to console me and tell me I wasn't a crazy woman. For more helpful advice about separation anxiety, head over to our website, and that's thebroadcasttv.com. And and you can click on today's links to get more information. Speaking of anxiety, when you blend a family that can also include your pet, anytime a new furry friend gets added to the family, it sure changes things. And we have tips to keep the pack from falling apart when we come back.